But I'm not like I'm still kind of learning her a little bit. So sorry, I'm trying to smoke and I'm not trying to breathe into the microphone. So anyways, I'm just gonna get in. Like, there's a lot about Katarina that people don't really pay attention to. Um, let's turn this stuff off for a little bit. Let's see, counter hit, not set. Player age, not set. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is just kind of go over her pokes, her poking game, and then I'm gonna go more in depth on like her counter launchers and her launchers, and then I'm going to get into her stance, which would be her Harrier stance, and then towards the end of Katarina's portion, I'll do a couple little combos, nothing fancy schmancy. They're all relatively the same. But kind of to let you guys get a feel for her, realize how easy she really can be. She's not difficult at all. She only has like 60 moves, give or take, if you even count half of them for just being like extensions of another move. But so let's go ahead and just get into it. I'm just gonna start with her basic, her basic pokes. Her first one is just her 1-1, 17 damage, both highs. Nothing fancy there. She does have her 1-1-1. As you saw there, it's not natural, but it is a mid, and it kind of gives them a little bit of pushback, so it's safe. It's a little safer. So it's really, really good. Give me 1 second, guys. I just gotta do something real quick. But that's a move to keep in mind for sure. Just because, because when people see this, they don't really expect that third extension. So you could do 1-1-2 or 1-1-1. My bad. You do 1-1-2. Her 1-1-3. Her 1-1-3 is my go-to move because it's a mid and it crushes lows. So that's really, really good. Especially for somebody who wants to try to do like a low jab or a low attack after they see it. That's really nice to kind of like get out of the way. It kind of knocks them down. I'm not 100% sure if it's a counter hit, so let's try that real quick. Nope. All right, so, but it will knock him down, so that kind of gives you that like little leeway, like, you know. Then you got your 1-4. I use this a lot. This is probably one of her key moves. That high hits, the low is going to hit. So that's always a good thing. If it gets blocked, as you can see, it can be blocked. It's not too punishable though. It's probably one of her more safer strings into lows. It's really good. It's only 17 damage though, so don't get your hopes up. It's really good for like turtling at their life. So bam bam, bam bam. So that's really cool. Another one is her 2-2. Does 30 damage really easily. It's both highs though, so keep that in mind. It's not the safest thing to use, but it is natural. So if that first one hits, that second one's gonna land. So it's 30 damage. Normally I wouldn't do like strings, but her three string, it's just 5 hits. It's really good, and so far in my experience, if that first one hits, the rest of them are gonna hit. So nobody's been able to block it after that first hit, at least not yet. So I don't want to say it's a natural combo, but so far it's been living up to it. She got her 3-4, decent damage. It's a mid to a high, so that's something to kind of keep in mind. She got her 4, her little 4-string. Honestly, I would just stop at the 3 hits. Just because it's just not the safest string. Because after that, you know, like after the 3 hits, that next hit not only takes a second, but it's a high, so it can easily be you know, hurt you. However, if you do manage to land it, it's a free combo. I'll get more into that later. Then you got her forward 3. It's a low crush. It throws him down. It does force crouch on block. It's not 100% safe. You know, just kind of, you want to block or sidestep afterwards. But nothing major. It's pretty decent. Her forward 1+2. That's pretty decent. Force crouches. It is a high though, so if you're not 100% sure, you can always revert to her back for 1+2. It's a decent string, and so far it's been natural. Again, after that first one makes impact, I haven't seen it. Nobody's been able to block the second one. It might just be a counter natural. I'm not sure, but so far that's always worked out for me. And you got her 3+4. This is her shield move. I don't know what you guys would call it, but in my opinion, shield is the one where as long as they don't do a low, your move's going to keep going through. So it's really, really good. I don't think there's anything really special about it. It just knocks them back. It's nothing counter. No counter with it or nothing, so that's a bummer a little bit, but it works. Some people's are better than others. You got her down 1-1, down forward 1-1, my fault. Does 21 damage. It's mid to high. It's pretty decent. Range is fair. Let's see. We're down forward 2-2. It's pretty good damage. They're both mids. 38 damage. And it knocks them back. Then you got her down forward 2-4. It's pretty decent damage. This is a screw attack. This is probably my main screw attack to use with her. It's pretty decent. I'll get more into the screw attacks later. Her down forward 3-3. This is a string I use all the time, and as you guys can see, it is in no way, shape, or form natural. However, I use it a lot, and people don't seem to notice that low coming. The only time it's really been blocked is when somebody's standing up. But on counter, it will follow through. So that's one thing. So it works sometimes, some others don't. So kind of use caution when using. Another good poke is her down forward 4. Thing about this move is it launches on counter, so it's really, really useful to use. Nothing major though, just 17 damage. It's basically the equivalent of your 2 punches. So you also got her down 2, which is also a launcher on counter. So it's really, really, really nice. I use it a lot, especially in combos. You guys will see here in a short while. Her down 3-3, as you can see, is not natural, but if it's on counter, it'll go through. I'm not really sure what the damage is. I think it's like 40 if it's not blocked. Yeah, it's 30. Okay, my fault. It's 30. That's my fault. Let's see. We're down back 3. We'll knock him down. It is kind of seeable though, so use with caution. It is very punishable. So I'd kind of stay away from that one if you can. But I've used it a few times and it's worked out for me most of the time. So it is definitely something to use. So normally 99.9% of the time, and this is Hwoarang included, I would never mention an unblockable attack, but Katarina's is fucking dope as shit. Not only does it get out of the way of some attacks because of the way she kind of goes back, but the range on it is freaking phenomenal. I mean, look at that range. And it doesn't take long to charge up either. So, and it's 60 damage. I would normally I would never bring it up, but hers is pretty good. So like you're in a you know, a heated fight or whatever. You know, they get up, you know, while you're waiting for them to get up, you know, back up, bam. It works. It really works. I've used it a few times, and I've only hated myself for trying it a couple times, but it's actually gone through more times than not. So that's definitely something. Another couple good pokes is her back 1-1. This one obviously is not a natural combo, but her back 1-2 is. I use this one a lot. This is one of my go-to pokes. It really works. Normally I wouldn't, you know, it really works. It's 23 damage, so it's not bad. It's good. Like, it's really good for turtling at your opponent's health for sure. And it's quick. I don't know what the exact frame data is, but so far it's worked out for me. So that's definitely something. Her back 4, and then her back 4-1-2. The reason I mentioned the back 4 by itself is because if you do it by itself, it is a counter hit launcher. Again, I'll get more into that later. She has her back 3+4, and oh my gosh, guys, I cannot stress enough how useful of a move this really is. Again, the reason I mentioned her unblockable is because I've went to go do this a couple times, and then this comes through, and it's gone through. So, but this move right here is so freaking valuable. It high and mid-high box. It high crushes and mid-high crushes. When I say mid-high, it's like you got your low mid box and your high mid box. Let me see here. Your high mid box. So if I were to do this against another Katarina, it would crush it. So that really works, and it's even gotten me out of the way of some lows with the way her hand moves like that. One guy was using his Fang. He went to go do his down back 4, and this completely avoided it, just barely, but it completely avoided the attack. So this is something really useful. I don't know how punishable it is, but it's so far worked out really well for me. So it's really good. So that's definitely something to use. If you're a Katarina user, this is definitely one of her bread and butter moves. Like, this is the move you wanna exploit this move if you can. But keep in mind, I'm not really sure how punishable it is. It doesn't look very punishable, but this is still a very good move. So even if I find out it is, I'll probably still abuse the crap out of it. Another good move is her up back 4. It's kind of punishable, but it works. So kind of use caution when using it. Let's see here. Her up forward 4-4-4 strings. Keep in mind that if this doesn't land, then this turns into a fairly punishable string. Again, with that stop, but you know. So I would honestly just like stop the string after the up forward 4-4. So far, I haven't really been terribly punished for it yet. Mostly just some jabs. Nothing major. You got her up forward 3+4. I don't know how punishable this is. I haven't actually been